Well, you know what? We've had a lot of comments come in about, I guess the phrase is born again racer. You know, people that have been into the hobby when they were younger and they're kind of our sort of age, getting back into it with their kids and things like that. So, there's been a lot of questions floating around about what to get, where to go, just questions. So this is a video about what to do if you are a newbie
or an oldie
born again racer.
There you go. So where shall we start? Let's start with something a little bit familiar, shall we? If you are an oldie, you might have had something like this. This is a Team Associated RC10. This is a B2, this one. It is a two-wheel drive buggy, motor out the back here, brushed motor, and this car would have run on batteries like this. Now this one is a NIM.
Nickel metal hydride, I think, something like that.
Yeah, but
old school.
What were the other ones they used to run? The old CAD batteries?
NiCad's the band now, you can't get them.
So back in the day, this is what people were running.
Mainly the NiCads actually. SCRs, SCEs and SCs to be precise. They don't know what I mean.
Yeah, so we've got your batteries, you've got your buggies. Where are we today?
Alright, so these buggies have come a long way. In terms of tech, we now use brushless technology. We use lithium polymer batteries, LiPos, you might be familiar with. Same sort of tech that's in the real cars, the real electric cars. Now, the beauty about that these days is that you don't... Well, actually, back in the day, you used to gear your car up to do... If it was a 5-minute race, you wanted to gear your car up so it ran for 5 minutes and 30 seconds, right? Basically. And it was a real hard game just to try and get it within that sort of ballpark so it wouldn't overheat and it wouldn't die before the end of the race. You ain't got to worry now.
No.
This modern buggy, the Team Associated B7, will quite happily do probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes on track if you really wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't advise it, but it would do it. And it would do it without slowing down or anything because we've got fans in there now and such. So that's how the tech has changed. Brushless technology and LiPos as well.
There is a third thing that we need to consider, and that is the radio gear. So back in the day, you would have been running on old megahertz, wasn't it?
27 meg.
27 or 40. Was it 40 or 40? It was
40, yes, 40 or 27 megahertz, yeah.
And you had to put in crystals into your radio to make sure you didn't clash with your buddies. So now we have moved over to 2.4 gigashibbolers or something, isn't it? Gigahertz, that's
2.4, which basically means there's no clashes. You know, we used to get that a lot back in the day, loads of clashes. As you rightly said, you have to put crystals in, you don't have to worry about any of that old nonsense now. So now is a really good time to get involved in RC. But that's kind of the basics of the electrics. The next thing to consider is what disciplines you want to go with, because there are many a discipline.
Too many.
You've got buggy, you've got on-road, you've got off-road, you've got carpet, you've got oval racing, I mean, the list is endless.
Bangers.
Bangers.
Got scale as well. So you could get a 1/10 scale buggy like this one here, but you could also run the micros, which is a 1/14 scale, or you could go bigger and get a 1/8 scale, or you can go massive and go 1/5 scale. It's so many different options these days.
It's safe to say that here in the UK, the most popular class of racing is probably two-wheel drive buggy.
Two-wheel drive buggy, I'll go with that. That is a good shout. I think for beginners and getting people into the hobby, I am going to say possibly your Tamiya touring car racing is probably the most popular. Close with sort of the Mardave and the Camtech Minis, which doing very well at the moment. Again, that's another entry level class for indoor carpet racing.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Our biggest bit of advice, really, if you are looking into getting into racing, is find your local club. We have promoted probably about close to 50 clubs on the channel now. On the website, we've tried to share links to as many of those as possible, and on our Facebook page there's also a link telling you where you can race on what day. So if you are interested in getting into racing, the first thing you need to do is find your local club, go have a chat with the locals and find out what class they run at their club, and then you go down that little rabbit's warren and start buying yourself some toys.
Yeah, get your wallet out.
Get your wallet out, because
It's quite addictive, isn't it?
it is.
It is good though, and
It's brilliant.
we love it, and we probably do too many disciplines to get any good at any of it, but we still enjoy it.
Yes. You say too many. Can you remember that weekend we had? That weekend up in Blackpool.
Oh yeah, it was good. That was good.
Wowee. I did. I do 6 or 7 classes that weekend.
Yeah, you did too many.
Too
but
many.
you know, by the way, quick side note. They are planning now for 2025, maybe a different venue. Looks really good. We'll share any sort of updates that they've got.
Do you reckon they're going to have us back?
I hope so.
We didn't embarrass ourselves, did we?
You embarrassed yourself.
How did I embarrass myself?
Just being there.
Now then, because we do quite a bit of racing, we race in lots of different classes, we are hoping to create a little mini series of videos which will take you from, it's a bit like the old couch to 5k, but the RC equivalent. So, what do you need to get started to get yourself back into racing and enjoying the hobby of RC? So if that's something you're interested in, please do like, subscribe and hit that old ding dong bell, and we will get you trackside soon.
Do you know what I think this hobby needs?
Go on then.
I think it needs a standard national class for like an entry level that everyone can buy into, every club can buy into. And I think maybe the likes of Schumacher, yeah, I reckon if they did it, I reckon it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
So they did it a lot of years ago now, crikey, and it was the first GT12s that came. No, they called it Superstock.
Superstocks, they were
called
brilliant.
They called it the Superstock, and it was basically a fixed rear axle slab car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it had foam tyres on it, and that was it.
That was it. And it's gone a bit silly, that did, very quickly, because everyone was trying to win, so therefore they were making their cars better and better and better. The price of them went through the roof, the electrics went through the roof. So I'm on your side on that one. I think a stock entry level class, not too expensive,
Not too expensive.
can have a play with.
Yeah, keep it really, really cheap. Maybe a bit like, like the Mardaves and the Cantex and that. Well, I think they're pretty good. However, my problem with that, right, is that they're running 4-cell nickel metals.
Some people now are starting to put brushless motors into them.
Now that's good. Because the issue is, of course, you want to be able to upgrade, don't you? So if you buy, let's say, a shorty pack for your new car that we're on about, yeah, as soon as you kind of get a real grip for RC racing, you've still got all your electrics, you can stick it in something else. But 4-cell nickel metals, what good are they?
They're the only class that run them, I think.
It's old tech.
Maybe the
What's
old
the point?
bangers. So
What's the point? I'm not going to upset people now because I've said that.
we said when we started out on this video, we weren't going to upset people, and you've just gone off on one.
I'm going to
now.
be honest, right? I'm sick
You've
of
ruined
it.
this
No,
video.
I'm sick of it, yeah?
You've ruined this video.
If you get upset and offended, yeah, because I've mentioned 4-cell nickel metals ain't very good,
He's
jog
gonna
on.
start on the old big ball shocks in a minute.
Jog.
Listen to him.
Oh,
Listen to him. Behave yourself. We're trying to grow the channel, grow the hobby. We don't need your bitterness.
Winds me up, brother.
It's supposed to be a positive video.
It is a positive video.
You just put everyone off.
No,
They've just
I haven't.
unsubscribed.
Don't say that.
Because you, a grumpy RC car racer. I'm sorry. If you ever see us trackside, come and speak to me because I'm more fun. Oh, serious over there.
Anyway, are we done now then?
You've ruined it. Ruined it.